The next question is, which of the following are the attributes of a profession? So attributes implies what are the features or characteristics of a profession. The first statement is, the work requires sophisticated skills, use of judgment and exercise of discretion. So we have already studied that profession has a basic cardinal feature of advanced skill, that is sophisticated skill. It requires use of judgment and use of discretion. So first is a feature of profession. Second statement, membership in the profession does not require extensive formal education as well as practical training. So this would obviously be an incorrect statement, because to join a profession you do require extensive formal education as well as practical training. Okay. The third one is, there are set standards for admission to the profession and conduct for members. Again, it is a correct statement. There are set standards. You have to achieve those standards, only then you are eligible to join that profession. And further, when you are in the profession, there are also standards of conduct, code of conduct. Okay. And the fourth one is, significant public good results from the practice of the profession. This is also an inherent feature. The main aim of profession is to provide services to the society. So public service delivery, it is also an important feature. So therefore, first, third and fourth are the correct statement. If in this statement this word was not given to us, that is not, then we would have ticked second option also. But for this question, first, third and fourth are the correct statement. Therefore, C would be the correct answer. Okay. Now, the next question is, what are the core qualities of a professional practitioner? What are the core qualities of a professional practitioner? The first one, integrity both with themselves and with others. Integrity both with themselves and with others. We have already studied, it is a foundational value of any profession. So this is correct. Second, independence to be free of secondary interest with other parties. Again, observe that it is asking us about to be free of secondary interest. Obviously, we know the prime interest of any profession is to grow the organization, grow the profession. Okay, he should set aside all the secondary interests. So this is also an inherent feature. That is, the person must be independent, free of the secondary interest. The third one is competence. Again, we know that individual in a professional should take only those matters for which he or she is competent. So it is also correct core qualities. And the fourth one, discretion, care with communication. So what fourth statement implies? It implies that many a times the professional is required to communicate with the society, but the communication must be free from anything which could become an hazard to profession or to the society. So the person has discretion what to communicate, but the discretion must be utilized with care, with cautiousness. Okay, so fourth statement is also correct. Okay, so first, second, third, fourth, all the statements are core qualities of any professional practitioner. Therefore, the correct answer would be A option. The next question is, the basic difference between a professional and an amateur is. So four options are given to us. We have to decide the difference between a professional and an amateur. Okay. The statement one is, A option is, a professional is someone who is connected with a job that needs special training or skill, while an amateur is someone who works in multi dimensions without any specialization. B option is, a professional is clear in thinking and focus on the job, while an amateur is confused and distracted from the job. C option, a professional does high quality work job in a specific area, while an amateur is associated with specific area with lowest pay. And D option is a professional remains positive and achieves despite facing grievances, while an amateur does work efficiently due to many imagined grievances. So when we study all the four statements, we cannot directly infer. We have to clearly or carefully study the statements. Now, if we focus on B option, it says professional is clear in thinking and focus on the job, while amateur is confused and distracted. So, an amateur, first of all, we have to understand, amateur is that person who is not part of the profession theoretically. Okay, on paper he is not part of the profession, but an amateur could be having a very focused, on a particular job. Okay, so let's take an example. We know that in case of sports, you know that there are professional sports event and there are also amateur sports event. Okay, the professional sport event implies that that person is playing in a particular sport as his or her profession. Okay, it is his job from which he is earning money, while amateur, if he is playing a sport, it implies that it is his secondary work, he is not earning money from it. Okay, if I take a particular example, then let's take an example of Vijender Singh. Vijender Singh is a boxer. When he was playing for India in, let's say, Commonwealth Games or Olympic Games, then he was playing as an amateur, because that at that time it was not his or her occupation from which he is earning money. But we know that after retiring from the sports, that is from Olympic Games, from Commonwealth Games, he became a professional boxer. Professional boxer implies that he is now earning money from that profession. Okay, so B statement is saying that amateur is confused and distracted from the job. It is incorrect. Amateur can be focused on the job. Okay, so this would be incorrect. C option says that a professional does high quality work while amateur associated with lowest pay work. This is also incorrect. An amateur is there could be a scenario where amateur is not a part of profession, but he could also be doing a very high quality work. Okay, so C option is again incorrect. D option is a professional remains positive and achieves despite facing grievances, while amateur does work efficiently due to many imagined grievances. This is also incorrect. It is not like that due to grievances he is working efficiently. He could be working efficiently because of his or her own interest. Okay, so D option is also incorrect. The correct answer here is A option, because a profession is someone who is connected to the job that needs special training and skill, while amateur is someone who works in multi dimensions without specialization. An amateur may not have any specialization, but he is working in a job. And we know that for a person to become professional, it is the most basic requirement to have a special training and skill. Therefore, A would be the correct answer.